cat person. This is the new film from Susanna Fogel, who is best known as the co-writer of Booksmart, which I really, really loved. This is based on a 2017 short story by Kristen Rupinian, which first appeared in the New York Times and then apparently went viral online as a parable of modern dating. The script is by Michelle Ashford, who was Emmy nominated for her work on the miniseries The Pacific, who developed Masters of Sex, and who more recently wrote the script for Operation Mincemeat, which you will remember we talked about on the show. So this starts out looking like
Still a bad title.
It is, but this starts out looking like a quirky indie rom-com. Melia Jones, English actress who played Ruby in Coda, is American. This is another case of British actor taking poor American actors.
Yes.
Is American sophomore Margot, who serves popcorn at the local rep cinema, and which plays like old reruns to cineasts. Nicholas Braun, who is best known as Greg from Succession. Greg,
yes.
okay, tall Greg. Okay.
Useless.
Yeah, useless tall Greg, is Robert, who comes in one day to see a film, buys a strange choice of snack, and she sort of tries to flirt with him. Here's a clip.
I'll do a large popcorn and red vines.
It's an unusual choice.
Thank you.
I don't think I've actually ever seen someone buy red vines.
Okay.
I guess you're wondering why we sell them then, if nobody buys them.
So he then goes into the movie, doesn't speak to her on the way out, comes back next week, says that she insulted his snack choice, and then they sort of start tentatively maybe having a conversation. Then they start texting. Then she tells her friends about him, about how tall he is, about that he's older, and, he's a little bit awkward. And they start joking, well, he's got something of the serial killer about him. Is he basically Norman Bates? Then she goes home to see her mum, and so they're separated for a while, and then they start texting, and they text like morning, noon, and night. And it's like they're dating, but it's completely online. It's all going well, but at a distance. What happens when she comes back and picks up in person? The film starts with the Margaret Atwood quote, which we've mentioned here before, which is, men are afraid that women are going to laugh at them. Women are afraid that men are going to kill them. And the rest of the film basically tests that premise. Is he a dorky Star Wars fan? Is he somebody who's just got a thing about Harrison Ford? Or is he actually Norman Bates? He says he loves cats, so surely he's nice. But no one's actually seen his cat, so is he making it up? Now, here's the thing. Do you remember Promising Young Woman?
I do.
Okay. Tonally, this reminded me slightly of Promising Young Woman, although I have to say, for my money, this is the smarter film. The way in which the confused battleground of sex can change from funny to threatening to terrifying to completely incidental, on a dime, is really brilliantly observed. The performances are great. The music choices and the needle drops are very, very smart. And there is one scene, which is a scene which takes place in a bedroom, which dramatizes an internal sort of dialogue that somebody is having with themselves. And it reminded me of, there was a drama by Patricia Rosmo in 2018 called Mouthpiece, in which one character is played by two people. And it is a brilliant dramatization of an internal psychological struggle that is actually playing out in real time while something else is happening and somebody else is in the room. The ambiguity of it is really sustained. I mean, like Margot, you just don't know how seriously or not to take any situation. 1 minute you're laughing, 1 minute you're awkward, 1 minute. I mean, I thought it was really, really good, and I knew nothing about it when I went in at all. But I thought it did a fantastic job of dramatizing that strange danger zone of modern relationships, in which, 1 minute things seem okay, the next minute things don't seem okay. Are you misreading people's signals? Are you getting yourself involved in situations that you shouldn't be? And as I said, the whole thing begins with that Margaret Atwood quote, and it then does a brilliant dramatization of discussing that idea that men are afraid that women will laugh at them, and women are afraid that men will kill them.
How long does it take before you stop thinking of him as Greg?
About 5 seconds.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Really.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so when he comes in, you go, Greg, and then almost immediately it stops. And I think actually that's one of the great triumphs of the movie. Somebody else said to me, it's a smart bit of casting because you bring the Greg baggage in. And I thought, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's a very different character.
If you can forget that Greg is Greg in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, literally what happens is he walks up to the counter and I went, oh, Greg. And then I never thought about it again.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.